What's up, everybody? It is Thursday. I got a couple of stocks that I'm looking at right now. GM is going to be the main one, though it's starting to sell off here towards the open. It's not exactly what I'm wanting to see, but depending on the first candle that we put in here, it could make a new high over the pre-market. I got MDGL, and it looks like CN is going to be the other one. The rest of them might have more intraday plays rather than right at the open here. Looks like we still got the candle issue. It looks like 41.72 is actually the high. That's just ugly. Unless it pulls back here and makes a doji, I'm going to have to pass on it for now. No, I'm going to say that's good enough. I'm going to take it long over high day here. Looks like I'm in at 91. I can risk about 20 cents here. So I can go 12.50 on the shares. SPY's dropping pretty hard right now, though. It's definitely not helping. Doesn't look like anything else is setting up here. Unless it pulls up from VWAP, it looks like it's just gonna drop. I know it's a pretty big gap on nothing special on the daily really, so there's definitely gonna be profit taking. Looks like this 50's holding pretty well. Yeah, I think it's holding too well. I'm gonna have to pass on it. Oh wow. CN's making a huge drop. That's out of play. DLTR was pretty decent, but it was taking it right into pre-market support, so I didn't like it enough. The problem with MDGL was the volume, though it did set up really nicely here. And my spread is basically $1 on it, but that's a pretty big move. That would have been a good win. Could make an opening range play. That 50 held pretty well. If I just ignore this candle here, this is what it's supposed to look like. SPY's coming back here. It might want to make a push. That looks like a much better short than a long. Box actually has a pretty interesting opening range play here. There's no resistance in the way. I think it's going to leave without me. Yeah, there it goes. Dollar Tree's pretty good looking. Actually, yes, it is. I'm gonna have to short it on a market order here. My risk is about $1. I think I'm gonna go 200 shares on it. I'm gonna short DLTR if it gets to a new low of day under 86.57. Target will be $1 on it. I'm risking about another $1. DG actually looks really good too. I have to make a choice. I think I'm gonna stick with Dollar Tree though. Might be a hidden buyer here. Nope. I'm short 200 shares at 50. Need to see another 50 cents. That's a pretty good move. It's slowing down a little bit. I need to take some risk off. It's stalling a little bit down here. Seeing some bigger numbers, might break it. It's not taking off as much as I would hope right now. Half size for now. I'll cut the rest if it comes back to my entry. Oh no, there it goes. If I see the ask under 50, I need to take another partial. Come back. Making a doji here, I don't know. It's gonna have to do something here. If it's not gonna keep moving down, then there's definitely no point to keep holding. Looks like 86 is starting to hold here. Yeah, all out. Oh, decent move. I didn't get the exact entry that I wanted, but I'll take what I got, I guess. CN is acting like there might be a significant buyer or seller here. Well, I guess buyer at 24. I'd like to see it get back down there. I might be able to create some kind of cash flow trade on it. Volume's not the greatest. might be a little too low. If I do take this trade, stop loss will be right underneath 24 if it holds here. Yeah, it looks like there is a hidden buyer here. But I really don't like the pattern. You can see it's making lower highs each time it gets down there. Yeah, I think this will be the time to break it. It's a good short, but that's just, there's too much in the way. Alright, looks like Dollar Tree made a really nice move. I definitely took my profits a little too early on it. I don't know, I haven't taken a trade in forever. I guess I'm a little antsy to be taking anything that I'm green in. What I'd like to do today is find a stock to take an SMB trade on, a trade to hold trade where I can hold it for, you know, hours into the day. So far it looks like Dollar Tree might be one of them, but I need to see a little bit of consolidation first. GM's acting weird around this 42, and well, there it goes, too late. Yeah, CN's out of play. And the GL's really interesting. It was a pretty good opening range play too. I mean, the stock has moved $35 since the open. Kind of an ABCD pattern here, like a second ABCD pattern. I don't know, we're already so far away. This stock has moved so much already. Its average true range is $7 and we're already 5 times that. How much more could it move? The spread gets about $2 at some points. Well, I guess it still wants to go. There's a lot of money to lose trading this, though. a lot of money to make, but it's a little too spread out for me. Alright, well, looks like that's gonna be it for the morning, I guess. I'll flip back on if I see another trade. Okay, so I'm gonna short Dollar Tree right here, just 100 shares. My stop loss is gonna be a break above all this. This is gonna be my first SMB trade, so I'm planning on holding this one for really as long as I can. It seems to be holding this level really well, so my stop is gonna be a break on the extreme above it. Target ultimately, the next daily support level is going to be 82.50 down here, so ultimately I'd like to see something in the 82s before I start looking at anything, but obviously as the trade develops, you know, there's going to be more consolidations, more breaks, more pullbacks. We'll just have to see what happens from there, but for now I'm in this position. Let's see what happens. It doesn't really look like the market is going to recover for the most part. It's trending down. The FANG stocks are starting to move up a little bit here though. Looks like all the tech stocks are moving up. Apple's kind of flat right now, which I guess Apple would be the main leader for this one. But I'm gonna move my stop to 85.45. That'll be the exit price, and until then I'll just keep on holding. Okay, so we're a little bit farther in the DLTR trade. It's made a nice initial move, and now we're kind of reconsolidating. I got a new stop loss. It's definitely going to be above this 50, but I'd like to see it get down a little bit closer to this 84 before I really set that in stone. What I'm thinking about is if I do get down here, I can add close to 84 here with a new stop loss of above this 50. So no matter what, I'm making 40 on this trade, and if I add another 100 over here, this will be a risk of 50, so if it does hit my stop loss, I really only lose about $10. Market is still trending down. Things are still moving up. Market internals are kind of flat. It looks like things are starting to ramp up, though. I'd really like to see the SPY turn around before I make a decision if I'm going to add to this trade or not. I mean, so far it's worked out really well. We came in here, we hit this 84, and we bounced off of it pretty hard. But, I mean, there's still room on the daily, especially on the daily, for it to keep moving down, but at the same time, market internals are telling me that it might be over already. What I should do for sure is put in this stop loss, because if it's not going to keep moving down, you know, it's not going to keep moving down. It's had plenty of chances to break away from this 84.20 area, and we just kind of really struggling with it. We came back down again, tapped 11 here, and that was it. I guess somebody decided that was the end of their trade too, so pretty decent. I mean, that was the first trade that I took for an SMB trade, so it definitely gave me a lot more ideas on what it is I'm trying to see, what I want to see, you know, where to add, where to get in. What I really wanted to do is get in a lot closer to the 85.50 area, because you can see all the resistance problem that it was having up here, so it was just another situation where you know, I could have had a tighter stop loss to begin with. You know, that's an extra $30 on the trade as well, so I'll definitely write a report about that later, going over everything that I was thinking and whatnot. But exiting the trade with 40 bucks, decent, I guess. You know, maybe I got out too early. I'm not exactly 100% sure yet. Only the market will tell you. But I don't know. I guess I'm happy with at least I took a trade, so I can start working on it. Alright, so I'm going to be done for the day. Ended up taking 2 trades today. Both were decent, I guess. The first trade, not the greatest, but it was a really good setup. I mean, I liked the setup a lot. It was a really clean opening range breakout. Popped up First candle of the day, crashed down pretty hard, pulled back to VWAP, broke down underneath VWAP almost with another bearish engulfing. So as soon as I started seeing the drift lower and lower to the new low of day, definitely knew that I wanted to get into it. Entry was alright. I could have been a little faster. I rewatched the tape, and I probably could have saved myself a few pennies there on the entry, but still got pretty lucky. I got above 50, honestly. Moved down pretty fast. I was kind of surprised how fast it moved, so I immediately wanted to take a little bit of risk off. I was risking about $1. I really could have risked less. I ended up taking 200 shares, risking about $1, because at the time VWAP was around the 50, but you can see as we got closer and closer, it just got more towards, I could have risked 60 cents instead. Maybe reduced my my profit target, which would have made it a little more, I would have been able to follow my rules a little bit better, since I usually go for 1-to-1, so I was trying to get $1 out of this, which was the right call because it ended up getting there, but we came within pennies of getting to that 50 mark, and I took a little bit more off as it pulled back a little bit. Just wanted to keep reducing my risk. I took about $200 of risk on this opening range breakout trade, so that's usually more than I do, but I feel like I trade those gap and goes and these opening ranges the best, so I should definitely be sizing up on both of them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to risk 250 on the gap and go trades and then just 200 on the opening range plays. I ended up covering at the top tick of this candle here as it started to come back against me, and then it dropped even further. So I guess it was definitely a situation where the opening range plays are the trades that I should expect to have a little bit of a pullback on them. Whether I like it or not, I need to recognize that it's probably going to happen more often than it's not going to happen, and I need to be able to hold through those and be okay with, giving up what I already have, because that's just the way that I need to be trading, because more often than not, it ends up being this exact same situation, where it just continues even further, and I'm not even in the trade anymore. So I ended up getting, I think it was like $69 on the trade, so really nothing super special. But I realize whenever I'm away from trading for, a week or more, whenever I come back, I'm really just anxious and antsy. I'm a little bit too trigger happy. I mean, it's just something that I got to get through. Taking time away from trading makes me just want to come back to trading, and it makes me want to trade. So whenever I don't trade, this is the one trade that I took. Jeez, I don't even know. I've taken 2 trades since May 10th, so I mean in the past 20 days I don't have that feeling that I need to be, managing risk, trade management, just all that stuff is gone, and whenever I get back into it, I'm just really eager to keep what I got, so it's just something I gotta keep in mind. The next trade that I took was my first SMB trade. It's kind of a, I'm reading the playbook by Mike Belfiore, and I guess their main trade is pretty much essentially exactly what this is. What I'm looking for is a strong move in the direction of the gap. So we had a really nice move coming right down, and I'm waiting for some kind of consolidation underneath VWAP. So it really was picture perfect just about. I mean, we had a really nice move. We kind of consolidated, failed to make a new low here, but it also fails to make a new high. It looks like it's struggling and struggling, and then as the 20 comes down underneath it, I told myself, okay, I need to be in this trade. This is going to be the first SMB trade that I'm able to take. I'm expecting to hold on for a couple hours if it gives me the opportunity. The next daily support level was a ways away, over at 82.50 over here. And you see we gapped underneath that, broke right through it. So I was looking at the consolidation here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to add around this 21 area as it broke underneath this mini consolidation here, but I was a little too late on the entry, so I mean I kind of cost myself $20 on it, and at the same time increasing my risk, because now my stop is even an extra 20 cents further out, whereas it could have been about 30 cents of risk. I was originally only planning to risk like $30 on the trade, but it ended up turning into $60 on the trade, and thus increasing reducing my risk reward ultimate target. But either way, it was a decent entry. I mean, I was never red for a second. So I mean, I had a really nice move. I was still holding, Still holding through all this, you can see it makes 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts, 4 attempts, and at this point the market was starting to turn a little bullish at the same time. So, you know, you can't trade what you think, you got to trade what you see. And what I see on this is multiple failed attempts at this 84 level. So I told myself, okay, there's a pretty decent new stop loss that I can put in right above this high right here as it got above the 9 EMA. And I told myself if it gets above that, it's probably not going to move any further already, so I need to get out. So, I mean, it was a pretty good exit. At the same time, I was thinking about adding into the trade. You know, if it got down underneath this 84, you know, then it's really definitely looking good for me because, you know, it's just another consolidation and then moves down, consolidates, moves down. But just went the opposite way in this case. Ended up being another decent winner, I guess, just $40, but definitely giving me a good idea of what it is that I need to put into my trading plan for this trade. So that's one thing that's on the to-do list for today, is to write up a trading plan for this S&B trade. And I definitely got some good ideas as to what it is that I want to put in there. So I have to type up my report, post it on Twitter, post the video, and then I'll be back trading tomorrow. So thanks for watching.